Look, I'll be brutally honest here. If you keep doing what you've always been doing and you don't make a serious change now, it's going to hurt real bad. I'll tell you a little story. Jack and Trey are two broke college students. They both want the same things: to make a lot of money, to travel the world, to have fancy vacations, to find the love of their life, to build an empire, and to wake up every morning with an intense feeling of gratitude for the life that they are able to experience. Because this kind of life is a blessing. However, while Jack wants the same things that Trey does, let's face it, he prefers to go out with his friends, to party, to get drunk, and whenever he's got some free time, he spends it all mindlessly scrolling on social media. Jack wants and dreams of a life that only 1% of people get to experience, yet he keeps acting like the 99% of people who don't have the sort of life that he wants. He has unconventional dreams and goals, yet he is still following the traditional path, the conventional way of doing things. He does okay in school, and he's not really that interested in the career that he's pursuing, but he does it because he thinks that it's going to make him some good money. But deep down, Jack wants more. He wants the fancy cars, the yacht vacations, the supermodels, and the breathtaking mansions. Every day, he sees hustle quotes pop up on his Instagram feed. Be so successful today, so that those girls who rejected you yesterday will see you tomorrow and cry for you. If you want to go big, stop thinking small. Goals so big you get uncomfortable telling small-minded people. And while there is some truth to this, Jack doesn't actually do anything about it. The days are still flying by, yet for whatever reason, he finds himself procrastinating, no matter what. The truth is that Jack is completely hooked on instant gratification, and he's also not willing to make the necessary sacrifices that come with the success that he wants. Trey wants the same things that Jack does. He wants to have a lavish lifestyle and to experience complete freedom. But you see, Trey has a very different approach. He's no smarter than Jack, nor is he any more talented. However, he understands that everything has a price. And he also understands that the top 1% life that he wants, it comes with a huge price tag, because the rewards are insane. The better the reward, the more sacrifices you're gonna have to make to get there. He knows that it's not going to be a walk in the park to join the ranks of the super successful, but Trey understands that he has a choice to make. He will either suffer from the pain of change or from the pain of regret, and from his own experience, he knows that the pain of not going after the things that you want, not chasing your dreams, that sort of pain is a billion times more painful than the pain of actually doing whatever it takes to get what you want. Because even if you fail, well, at least you're trying. And personally, I believe that after enough time grinding, you're gonna succeed no matter what you do. And after all, when you're just a broke student like Trey, what do you really have to lose? Nothing, but you have the sun and the moon to gain. Every day on the subway, Trey sees the faces of the people around him, drained of life. The day hasn't even begun, yet they're all praying to the universe that the subway stops so they can just go back home and go back to bed. Trey doesn't want to end up like those people, so he gets to work. He works tirelessly day in, day out. He misses out on parties, fun dates, and his friends even start to call him weird because he's acting a little bit different. Now let's take a little trip into the future. 10 years later, two men in their early 30s enter the same coffee shop. They end up sitting close to each other's table. One of the two men turns his head around and he recognizes his old friend. Jack, he shouts to get his attention. Jack turns around and he sees a man wearing a perfectly fitting suit. Who's that guy, he asks himself. He's never seen anyone like that before. It turns out this man is no one other than Trey. You see, fast forward 10 years down the line, Jack is working for a rude boss that he doesn't like at a job that he hates, taking the subway every morning and just waiting impatiently for the weekend to come around. While Trey has built a thriving business and he's about to go on his next vacation, for which he chartered a yacht to bring his family and friends along. When Jack hears of this, of course he exclaims, "You're a lucky man." And Trey smiles politely and just answers, "I am." But in reality, what Jack doesn't see is all of the years of hard work, of effort, all of the sacrifices that Trey had to make in order to get there in the first place. Because the truth is that while Jack was out there getting drunk, going to party, even taking drugs, Trey was working hard in his small student accommodation, while everyone made fun of him for behaving in a strange way. Now if you resonate with the little story that I shared with you, you'll notice that you are actually one of those two archetypes. You're either taking a very similar path to the path that Jack is taking, or on the other hand, you share a lot of similar traits with Trey. So be honest with yourself for a moment here. Which one are you? Are you like Jack, dreaming of an incredible life, yet you find yourself stuck in this instant gratification loop and you constantly procrastinate? Or are you like Trey, working hard in the dark even when no one is there to see what you're doing, so people think that, oh, maybe you don't work that hard, but in reality you're working 12 hours a day, you're grinding, you have a vision, you want to make it happen, you build your empire brick by brick, day after day. So you see, the first step if you want to get ahead of 99% of people in life, whatever that means for you, you have to get mad at where you are in life. The truth is that if you are fine with your current situation, you will forever stay where you are. There's a quote that goes, change only happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. And I mean, that's very true. It's been true for me, it's been true for other people. Typically, human beings only start to open their eyes and to take serious massive action when things are too late, or when it's almost too late. To give you an example, smoking kills is literally written in big bold letters on cigarette packages, yet it doesn't stop people from buying them. So if you don't start to actually get mad at your current situation in life, if it's not something that makes you feel a lot of disgust, you hate it, you would do anything to change it, if you don't start to get pissed at all of those influencers constantly flaunting their luxurious lifestyles, their lifestyles of freedom and of abundance, even if you don't get pissed at my pictures on Instagram, then nothing is ever going to change for you. Now, I'm not saying that you should hate on people who share this kind of life. You should be inspired. However, if you feel jealousy, it's a good thing. And the reason why I say that you need to get pissed when you see pictures of luxurious lifestyles, or even my pictures on social media, is because I really want you to ask yourself, well, if they did it, why couldn't I? I want you to open your eyes to the possibility that you can do it too. And the truth is that when you don't have access to wealth, it is so easy to put it on a pedestal and to think that it's this magical, this extraordinary thing that you will never have access to because it's out of reach. However, the more you experience luxury, you realize that it truly is abundant. A Rolex or a Patek Philippe, it's just a watch in the end. An AMG, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, it's just a car in the end. And don't get me wrong, those things are awesome. I love cars myself. What I am saying, however, is that you should not put expensive cars, expensive watches, even vacations or anything else on a pedestal. Because what happens when you put something on a pedestal is that you signal to your brain on a subconscious level that you don't deserve those things. And I'm not a self-help junkie, and I don't really believe in everything that people say in the law of attraction or things like that. But guess what? Your internal beliefs are reflected back into the material reality that you get to experience. Now, I know that this might come across as a bit woo-woo, but bear with me here. Let's say somebody wants to get a promotion. Well, if they believe that they deserve to get that promotion and that if they work hard, they will obtain it, then of course they're going to do whatever it takes to get there. They won't be discouraged. They won't quit along the way. They're going to do the work and they will get the promotion at some point. Now, on the other hand, let's take the example of someone who they don't think that they deserve the promotion, or even if they think that they deserve it, well, they think that they can't get it because the boss hates them and he's never going to give them a promotion. Maybe that's what they believe. Well, why would they bother to work hard and to try their hardest to obtain what they want? Why would they work hard if no matter what they do, they'll never get the promotion? So I'm sure with this example, you can clearly see how what you believe influences what you get in reality. So start getting angry. If you don't like some of the things in your life, do whatever it takes to change them. Because nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to change those things for you. You've got to take complete ownership over your life. If you don't like your finances, for instance, and you want to be able to afford a better quality of life, a premium quality of life, then roll up your sleeves and get to work because no one else is going to do it for you. And believe me, it's not with the side hustles that make you $300 a day that you're going to do it. It's with a legit online business. Based on their data, the Credit Suisse predicts that the number of millionaires is going to rise by 40% by 2026. So if thousands of people from all over the world have been able to completely transform their lives, why couldn't you? I really want to open up your mind to the possibilities around you. Now, the thing that you really need to understand if you have big goals and big ambitions in life is that if you want to obtain a life that only 1% of people ever get to experience, you can't be doing what most people are doing and still somehow expect that one day you're gonna get rich. People don't just wake up one day with millions of dollars in the bank. It never happens, believe me. And even if you do receive some money because let's say you win the lottery, statistics show that 80% of lottery winners, they end up broke within just a few years. So in order to build great wealth, you need to develop yourself to grow into the version of yourself who is capable of handling it. Most people think that their financial issues would be solved if they simply had more money. However, this is not always the case. Why? Because of what we call lifestyle creep. As people start to make more money, they usually start to spend more money as well. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not one of those people that is going to preach that you need to save every dollar, every cent, every penny, and that you need to invest in a 401k, and maybe, hopefully, in 50 years, you will be able to retire and to enjoy life with $1 million in the bank. That's not what I believe in. I honestly believe that this is a foolish approach, because the truth is that the stock market is not made to turn the average Joe into a millionaire. Now, by no means am I saying that you should not invest in the stock market, but what I am saying on the other hand is that if this is your main investment strategy, or if this is your main strategy to get rich, let me tell you that there is a much better way to go about things. In this day and age, starting your own online business is the best way to make money, because all you need to get started is an internet connection and a laptop or a computer. This makes business pretty much accessible to anyone in the world, no matter where they live. If you want to discover the best online business to start as a beginner, click the link in the description, because I have recorded a free case study that will show you the simple 3-step process that we use to help people to break free from their 9-to-5 jobs or to build a life of freedom and of abundance for themselves. So all in all, if you want to be able to experience the sort of life that only 1% of people is able to experience, you need to be willing to make some sacrifices along the way and to do what only 1% of people is willing to do. Conventional actions only lead to conventional results. So now that you understand that you have to take massive action and that in order to do that, you need to get pissed at your current situation, let's talk about the anti-vision. The anti-vision is the opposite of your vision. Your vision is what you want, it's the ideal type of life that you want to obtain. On the other hand, the anti-vision is the worst case scenario, and it is what's going to happen to you if you don't actually make a change. So what I invite you to do right now is to grab a piece of paper and a pen and to start writing down what would your anti-vision look like. Maybe you're 50 years old and you're working a job that you hate. Maybe you have kids but you can't really provide for them because money is tight. Maybe you have to settle for a partner with whom you don't actually feel a deep connection or a strong sense of love, so you feel lonely deep down. Maybe your head and your heart are full of regrets because you never actually did all of the things that you wanted to do when you were younger. Having an anti-vision is insanely powerful, and the reason why is because human beings will do anything, literally anything, to avoid pain. However, they won't really do as much, or they won't do everything in their power to obtain a higher quality of life or to gain a positive. Think about about it. Let's say that I told you, and it was going to happen for sure, if you don't make $1 million in the next 365 days, all of the people that you love are gonna get kidnapped and tortured. Now compare that to if I just said, well, if you work really hard for the next 365 days, maybe by the end of it you'll have made $1 million and you can take your family on a nice vacation. Now let me ask you, which motivator is more powerful? Because I can guarantee that you would work day and night to make that $1 million if your loved ones were kidnapped and it was the only way to get them back. A lot of people don't understand why they procrastinate. They think that maybe it's because they don't have enough energy, or maybe it's because they lack willpower. The truth is that procrastination appears when you do not have a strong enough reason to get stuff done. Because you have to know that human beings are able to withstand the worst pains known to man if they simply have a strong enough reason. Think about the guy in a concentration camp who was about to marry the love of his life. He's got a reason to stay tough and to endure hell. So that is why you want to take some time to define what your anti-vision would look like. I even invite you to write it down on paper because it's gonna help you to really visualize how terrible that life would be. Now we can't really go into the next step without first clearly defining your vision as well. We've covered the anti-vision, but now you need to ask yourself, what do I truly want out of life? Because if you have strong reasons as to why you should take action so that you don't end up in a similar situation as described in your anti-vision, but if also on top of that you have a lot of good reasons, you have a lot of positive things to gain from actually taking action, then it becomes unreasonable to procrastinate. Like there would be absolutely no reason why you just wouldn't get to work every day. So grab a notebook and a pen and really ask yourself, write it down, what would my ideal life look like? And literally take 2 hours, 5 hours, just as much time as you need to come up with what you want your life to look like. And you can ask yourself the following questions to help you along the way. What type of people would I like to have in my inner circle? How much money per month would I make? What would a day in my life look like? What would I do in my free time? What sort of lifestyle would I live? Where in the world would I live? What would my home look like? I like to say that if you don't have a strong reason to get out of bed every morning, then you should just stay in bed. Having a vision of what you want your life to look like is a crucial element to your success. The truth is that if you don't know where you're going, no matter how much work you put into things, no matter how much effort you put into things, you'll never end up anywhere. So don't skip that part and really take the time to define what you want out of life. Because if you don't wake up every day knowing exactly what you have to do to make that vision of yours come true, then it's like going to the airport and hopping on a random plane and then you end up in a random country that you don't even like and then you complain about it. If you don't move through life with intent every day, life is gonna take you wherever it wants to take you, and most likely you're not gonna like it. So now that you know what you want your life to look like, there is a very powerful method that you can use to accomplish in a year what it would take most people 10 years to accomplish. The 80-20 principle states that only 20% of what you do actually brings you 80% of your results. To give you a few examples, if you want to lose weight, the 20% of actions that give you 80% of the results would be just making sure that you're eating healthy, at a calorie deficit so that you can burn some body fat, that you're sleeping properly, resting properly, that you maybe exercise a few times a week. But that's basically it. That's all that matters. Because let's face it, drinking some detox tea or taking cold showers for the fat burning benefits, which it's nice, it's a good bonus, but really, it's not gonna make a difference. In business, 20% of your products could be giving you 80% of your revenue. Or if you have a YouTube channel like me, then you might notice that 80% of your views and subscribers only come from 20% of your videos. So for that reason, you want to figure out what activities bring you the highest return on investment, which activities produce the most amount of results, and double down on those. Do more of what works and less of what doesn't. And ever since I've been using the 80-20 principle in my life, I can tell you confidently that every single aspect of my life has only gotten better from there. So try it and come back to this video to let me know in the comments down below how well it's working for you. Now there is a secret method that I have used during some times in my life to accomplish a lot more than most people in a very short time frame. Parkinson's law explains that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion, meaning you're gonna take longer than necessary to complete a task, or you're only gonna start working when it's like one day before the deadline. So if you have an important project that you want to get done rapidly, then the best way to go about it is to shut out all the noise, cut out all the distractions, and just focus until it's done. This will allow you to get a lot more things done than most people who claim they work 14 hours a day. I mean, that's a joke. And the reason why is because you won't be distracted. When I'm doing a very intense period of work, I just sit down at my desk, work, and block out all noise, all distractions. And when I'm using this method, I'm outworking 99% of people because I can do in 2 days what it takes them 2 weeks to do. I'm not even joking or exaggerating things because I tracked it. Now, I don't actually recommend that you do this for more than 1 or 2 weeks at a time because let's face it, we're all human. So if you never take any breaks, you just risk burning out. And this is not what we want. So try this out for yourself, and I really promise that your productivity is going to shoot through the roof. Now I'll be completely honest with you, there is something that has held me back for so long, and it's probably holding you back right now. The truth is that there is something that is preventing you from experiencing all of the freedom, all of the abundance, the sort of life that you've always dreamed of. And this thing is the reason why you don't have the same type of life that you see those people living on social media. You're still struggling for power against your own inner demons. You see, I believe that we all have vices, and that the way that those vices manifest is through destructive patterns. So if you want to really make just even an inch of progress, you need to figure out what are your destructive patterns and break them. To give you an example, if you're trying to build an online business right now, maybe you're just starting out, you typically don't have anyone else working for you. This means that the success or failure of your business is resting entirely on your shoulders. So there is no one to blame but yourself if you're not getting the results that you want. And because your business is tied to you, everything that you do is going to be reflected back into your business. I really invite you to delegate tasks as soon as you can, because doing everything yourself is a surefire way to burn out, and besides, you can't do everything yourself. You only have 24 hours in the day, and truthfully, why would you not benefit from other people if they have an expertise and they do it better than you? If you want to make a lot of money, to be wealthy, you need to understand the concept of leverage, and you need to leverage other people's time or skills. You can't do everything by yourself. But while you're still at this stage where everything is resting on your shoulders, you need to figure out what are your destructive patterns and to break them. Otherwise, they're always going to be holding you back. And no matter what you do, no matter how hard you fight, no matter how much you work every day, you could be working 12 hours a day. Nothing is going to happen for you as long as you still have your demons holding you back. And believe me when I said that this happens to literally everyone. Think about all of the popular football players or the popular influencers who made a fortune. They made millions, yet they lost everything simply because they couldn't control their dark side. So I genuinely believe that if you apply everything that we have covered in this video, you'll be able to reach new heights and to achieve more than 99% of people ever will. If you want to start your own online business, click the link in the description because I made a free case study analyzing all of the popular business models to figure out which one is the best. With that said, share your thoughts with me in the comments and feel free to check out the other videos of the channel, and I am waiting for you on the other side.